Why are you going? No! No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, but I had this. It's a T-Rex! Welcome to World Wild News with your hosts, Edge and Schreith.
I
That's
like
so
the
gonna
fact
be. That's so gonna. You like that better than the Waffle Hour, right?
I'm not saying either, but I like your dedication and enthusiasm, we'll say, for making random titles for episodes. Absolutely crazy.
And as you may have
Apologies.
noticed, our weather today, it ran a sideways.
Yeah, so we're currently recording a couple of things. We're going to be doing our Monster Hunter World video, Wilds video. Sorry, can I say World then? Wilds videos in camps because we love the photo mode, and we realize that actually,
You can set
we
everything up in the actual in your little pop-up tents. Get some nice safe locations. Set up like the nice little deck chairs. Get more friends together and play do like a around the campfire proof of the hero. It's awesome.
yeah, that and also the fact that we've hunted so many monster videos, like you've
So
seen them.
many. So
Um,
many.
there's nothing new that you've not already seen. So if you want us to see some videos of us hunting monsters and seeing the death counter come back for Strife,
I'm not being
please.
funny. That's a lie. We have not failed a quest.
True, we haven't failed the quest. You have died though.
I have died. Not as much as I used to.
That is true. Actually, we're a good team.
My secret's just sort of walking in front, like, oh no, it's not mine. Is that Alma's one? I think that's
Well,
Alma's one because you got the one you made yours look like a chocobo, didn't you?
I did. Then I made it. Then I gave different color schemes slightly because I'm colorblind. I can't tell what yellow and green for some reason.
So that one may very well be yours.
Yeah. So we've been a bit quiet on the video front because obviously a game came out last Friday.
A game.
A game that everyone has
Just
been
a
playing.
game. 10 points to the house that guesses the game. I've just lost the game. God damn it. We need to put a trigger warning. We need to now have a trigger warning at the beginning of this episode.
Oh my god, you're just full of memes today. Apologies if I sound quite sort of subdued. I came down with
Much like the weather in the Scarlet Forest, Edge is under the weather.
Yeah, so I might sound a little bit more kind of subdued compared to usual. Maybe, we don't know, I might get to my rant mode at some point. Yeah, Wilds came out and we've been playing it and we did some stupid things.
I took a week off work.
I had the
and
weekend.
played.
So we played the game together as the two bros do, and we completed low rank story in the same day it came out,
and then the high rank story then the day after.
And then we got to Hunter rank 100 just barely on the Monday evening. Like 0.6% of the player base had that.
That was on Steam. It was 0.7 on the PlayStation side of it.
Still in the 1% club though.
1%. Do you know what? I would have lived with myself if I would have left it that night and gone to bed. I'm so glad I did those final 10 levels.
Yeah, disclaimer is it was a team effort for both of those. I mean, toward the end, you continued the last bit yourself, but we couldn't have done it without working together on that, I think.
Oh, Christ, no, because we had to egg each other on as well.
Absolutely. So we've done over 100 ranks of... I mean, you've shot ahead anyway now, because I've not played as much, but we've played
I've also completed every optional quest as well.
You son of a... Well, there's some crazy things that we've both done, and some things are why I want to mock you for. But we've played a good 70+ hours in the game. We're going to give our initial thoughts of the game, and what we've liked, what we think is unique about it. We won't go into too depth because obviously there's spoiler warning. The game's only been out for a week, and we don't want to kind of spoil too much. So this one's going to be more initial thoughts on the gameplay, mechanics, that kind of stuff, and then maybe later down the road, maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll do a spoiler version of thoughts about the plot, about the things that we've seen, just so everyone gets a fair shot at playing the game and enjoying it.
Sounds fair.
Not that many people watch a podcast anyway, but you just don't know. So yeah, initial thoughts is I've generally enjoyed it. Long story short, I've had a good time with the game. There was concerns because I'm on the PC version, you're on the PS5 version, Strife, that I wasn't going to be able to play it properly, and there were some moments where I thought I can't even record. But touch wood, I've had a couple of issues, but they've been
And
all
yet,
right.
here we are, recording.
The thing that I had the problem most with this, as I did have some problems, was the high quality texture pack DLC. So I turned that off, and then it's been pretty much fine. Because my problem personally was textures wouldn't load properly in certain locales.
Or
So
the monster would just turn into a great pile of poo.
With wings.
With wings. Poo with wings.
Pretty much. So I'm hoping that as time goes on, that'll get patched a bit better. I am looking to upgrade the PC this year anyway. So my rig, or my PC, I've had for a few years now. First one I've got into, and since I've started to go into more PC gaming, I'm kind of understanding the pleasure of it compared to, say, console gaming. I love both, but with the current trend on console gaming, I'm trying my dabble a bit more into the PC side of it a bit more. But yeah, other than that, you've had no problems on the PlayStation side, have you, in terms of any glitches or errors and stuff? Or
No, the only one that I have noticed, and I did Google it, and apparently it is just something to do with the crossplay. Is in relation to like when you're joining SOS flares. Now, apparently it is a bit of a known issue, but sometimes it doesn't come up saying like this session is full, which is understandable. Obviously, 4 players per hunt, it's going to fill up. So 3 additional players, it's going to fill up very quick. You need to be quick to get there. But some of the ones that errors that I was getting was saying connection error.
yeah,
Now, apparently, from what I've been able to find, that is to do something along the lines with the crossplay. So if you disable crossplay, you shouldn't get that issue coming up. But then at the end of the day, why would I disable crossplay? Because I can't play with you. So it is just one of those ones that they'll just patch it eventually and just persevere.
yeah. So,
but other than that, I've not really noticed any other issues.
Fantastic. I mean, obviously, other people have reported a range of issues for themselves, and I hope that they've had theirs sorted out. We can only base what we've experienced in terms of our overall impression of the game. So please, if you disagree, by all means, leave a comment on the bottom of how you found it. We can only base it on what we've had, and I don't obviously want to kind of be influenced by someone else's experience if we've not had that yet. So I apologise. That sounds like a cop out. We can only base what we've had a good time with and what we've done.
I've loved it. I've loved every minute of the 80 odd hours that I've already put into it.
Yeah, no, I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed the experience. I've enjoyed the fact that the overall there's a bit more of a story to it. I've enjoyed the pacing. A lot quicker, I found, than the previous Monster Hunter games in terms of just fighting monsters. There's certain points where you're fighting 2 or 3 almost in a row before even getting a chance to have a break, if that makes sense. Again, trying to be very careful not to say anything about spoiling stuff.
No, but look, the weather's clearing up now.
I mean,
Still raining.
I'm only recording the audio at this point. You're recording the video.
Yeah, but still, now it's in there. Yeah, weather's starting to clear up.
Nice.
Still raining, but now it's sunny as well. Where's the rainbow?
You look like a version of Chris Redfield with an eye patch, in fairness.
I like it.
like a grizzled like Johnny Rico from fucking Starship Troopers. This is what the fuck. But yeah, no. In terms of the overall experience, I loved every second of it. Monsters have all been kind of fun to fight. I was worried that we were going to get a lot of returning monsters that I'm like, I wanted to see a few bit more.
Yeah, that's the good thing. We haven't actually. There is a few returning, so obviously keep if you're playing through it again. We're not going to spoil anything, so just keep your eyes open. There is a few returning ones. Some newer returning, some older returning, but it is really good. I think they've got a nice balance in this game of new monsters versus returning ones.
Yeah. And the thing that I've enjoyed the most is though I would like to have had more monsters. That's going to come anyway. They've all been at least varied enough.
Yeah, the thing is as well, we're going to get more event quests. We're already, and people are already aware as well because it's been published on social medias. We've got Mizuzune coming at the beginning of April. So we've got new monsters already in the lineup. We just
Yeah.
need to wait now. The thing is, we basically got the game and steamrolled through it. So we partly have ourselves to blame for that.
I mean, we egged each other on, and also like we just love the game, so we just played it. Absolutely great, good, honestly, a great time now. Absolutely loved it. Trying to think, there's been a few changes. So there's a few things that are different that I've noticed that I like. So, for example, you've said that you could pick up traps. I didn't know you could do that.
Yes,
Uh,
that is absolutely phenomenal. I can't tell you the amount of times that I was like playing the older games. I didn't think you could do anything. Could you destroy them in World?
you could destroy them, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't tell you the amount of times that like I've just placed a trap down just as the monster's moving to a different locale, and then it's left. Can't use my trap. I'm gonna have to destroy it. In this game, you can actively retrieve your trap. You can disarm it and pick it up, which
Yeah,
is absolutely a game changer.
yeah, the quality of life improvements have been fantastic for that. So, for example, another quality of life improvement I'd liked has been the bowgun. Like bowgun, uh, normal pierce and spread seem to be unlimited, and are just your standard bullets for your gun, which has been it's you're getting
It
used
makes
to it.
sense.
Yeah, it means I'm not spending bullet money all the time. I'm replacing the bullets I'm carrying. Because I remember, like in Rise, I was constantly refilling my inventory of bullets. And the only thing I have to worry
Oh
about
yeah,
now is just
after every hunt, you had to go to grab more bullets.
yeah, it's like just let's find the next thing. Edge. I'm like, yeah, sure, sure, and then suddenly, yeah, no.
To be fair,
It's
it
just
makes sense that they've done those. They changed it around and they gave us an unlimited whetstone, which
yeah,
obviously back in the back in my day, you had to carry whetstones and you could.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a
The
nice quality of life change.
portable grill also quite nice to make meals on the go.
Now
Another
better than monsters about to do like an insane move and it's like, oh, gilly mantle, cook, eat. I'm ready.
yeah. Of a quality of life. Yeah, there's this like this the secret is a nice kind of bar when it's being a bit absolute stupid thing. It's great to get around and traverse. Um, the look,
I do think it is quite intuitive how the secret actually works. It's not as clunky as the doggo was. I felt like the doggo was a bit
hmm,
eh, but the secret works really well. And
yeah,
the fact that you can just set waypoints down and just say off you go is fantastic.
yeah, fast traveling, great. The gathering even easier when it comes to using your clutch claw and assigning yourself.
Speaking of that, there
Yep.
is one thing I've noticed as a difference between the beta and the live version.
Oh yeah.
You can't use the clutch claw to gather mining or bone piles. You could in the beta, you can't in the full game.
Yeah, but you have to use a pickaxe on the.
Yeah, but in the beta, you used to be able to just use the clutch claw 3 times on a mining node. You
Hmm,
can't in the full release.
yeah,
So
because
that one was a bit okay. Didn't know what was game breaking about that, but yeah, apparently they took that one out.
I mean you could clutch claw underwater stuff, which is kind of cool.
That is good.
Um, okay, and that I didn't know. But all these things that we're mentioning kind of randomly, it's just like overall, just general differences or changes from old games or like the quality of life. Um, locales have been great. I like there's a nice variety. There was like There's a couple of things that I know that people might not like, and that's been things like having your meals prepped in a big kitchen in like by Palicos.
I miss my Palico kitchen. I really do.
I
I'm
understand it
hoping
though.
it makes sense. Like as you were explaining the other day with the whole we're an expedition. We're not like the Armada. We're not like the full thing. We're literally just a small task force. So I get it. But I hope, like in future content drops, they add like the gathering hub because obviously the guild presence is being maintained over in the Forbidden Lands, sort of more readily available. So I hope we get our Palico kitchen back, even if it is just in the forms of um like in the gathering hub only.
There's a couple of things that, and you may have said something to me about it, but in my mind, I'm wondering if like future content, it's like we have no house room to show our trophies or endemic life. We have no kitchen kind of thing. I'm wondering like if they're going to start adding that kind of stuff as like in the expansion or additional content down the road, and they're just kind of it's part of the story. So like we've just come showing up, we've set up little kind of installation points to interact with these communities, but we're still like an outsider. So like
Mm.
as time goes on, they may start to build like a settlement to have a more permanent base operations. Because if you look at if you look at any of the actual settlements that we're in, they're all temporary. They're not
Yeah,
designed to.
they're all just camps and stuff like that. There's nothing like proper structurally built.
Yeah. So I'm wondering like if there's like hinting at we might have something in the future. Personally, what I'd love to see, and I know it's a wishful thinking, is potentially like, oh, you have to gather resources to build like your own settlement or something, because then that could be another way of grinding out.
Oh,
Uh,
that'll be good.
you just grinding another like longevity of like grinding out what you need to do, or it depends. Like I don't know what their plans are for the next couple of years for this game. I mean, World had an amazing one in Iceborne when you had that little kind of house you could sit in and customize. So the fact that we haven't got one from the World team tells me that they're planning something probably, because
Mm.
it's not something you would kind of. I mean, maybe it's the camps. Maybe they think, oh, there's the tents that people kind of give a shit about. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I feel like they might upgrade those a bit, sort of down the line. You might be able to do a bit more with it. I don't know. It's difficult to know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I definitely think that we're going to see more interesting things with that potentially. Um, but yeah, we don't have a house thing. We don't have the kitchens. But again, as I said, it kind of makes sense thematically because we're an exposition. We don't have anything really full preset down. Like even Gemma's Forge is just kind of makeshift. You put it down and you're building stuff as we're going along.
Mm.
So maybe down the road we might see something more settlement based in the expansions. Because obviously there will be one, but I mean we're still very very early in. We're only 8 days into the game's life, so let's not rush the game to have all the content coming out. Let's just enjoy the ride, as it were.
Oh god, yeah. But that's the thing. Like next, what we're going to be doing is obviously we'll have Mizu and stuff coming in. But didn't they say that Mizu was coming in? But then there was also an additional thing that they hadn't announced.
There's another monster coming, but I don't know if that's the same time as Mizzou, because they've got a spring and a summer release thing. Um, Usually they do about 4 or 5 monsters. I think what they'll do is Capcom will probably release additional monsters up until Christmas, and then they'll see what they do afterwards.
Mm.
I mean, World had Telvaroth, didn't it? The gold dragon creature,
Oh, Koltarov, yeah.
Telvaroth, and then you had like your different seasonal events, like your spring, your summer, autumn, winter kind of
And your
events.
holiday events as well.
Yeah, so if they're doing those again, that would be easy because you've got a spring. Spring is coming soon. We haven't hit spring officially yet, per se. So
Why
that
not? I'm fed up with the cold.
I mean it's March 20th or something. I could be very wrong there, chat. So I apologize in advance. So end of March roughly is when it hits spring, and then from that point on, we may get a spring event. That could be Easter. We might get a spring event around that time.
Oh, I reckon we'll get an Easter event.
And then we'll see what happens. We've got summer, then we've got winter and autumn. But yeah, no, I'm generally speaking, the fact we've already had 2 event quests as well is also quite good. I'm waffling a bit now, but yeah, no, the overall feel of the game has been fantastic. Combat's been
Speaking
great.
of the event quests, though, the event quests have been brilliant, especially the one which you hunt the chicken in. Quackmatrice, or whatever the thing's called. Someone's going to have fun in the comments with how I pronounce that. But just as a way to sort of get the additional food. And obviously, with them being event quests, they're repeatable. So you can literally, and that's all I've been doing these past couple of days, is just flat out farming that quest just so I can gather enough food, just so it's like, cool, don't need to worry about those ingredients for a while.
Yeah. Do you know what? It is good for that. And the fact that they do rotate. I mean, it'd be nice to have a permanent one, but I get that they want to kind of, that sense of do it now, and then when it goes, you pick up the next one. So
Yeah.
maybe they might be trying something like, we know that these quests are around, let's get people interested in doing them, and then we'll switch it around to something else. Usually, they may, maybe toward the end, they might make them permanent fixtures. I don't know, though. We'll see. It's nice when you've got something random that pops up, because you go, okay, maybe it's a way of, what's the new quest going to be this week? And you go back in and give it a go and go, okay, that's fine. Nice little surprise.
Would be cool.
The wound system also, so we're kind of going tangents a little bit, but the wound system is also pretty interesting, especially when it comes to
I
getting
do like the wound system. Yeah.
Making wounds and then exploiting them and exploiting those wounds to then get extra parts. Fantastic. It really encourages you to do it. And extra damage, which I think is fantastic. You and I.
It's the fact, like, for me, like on Charge Blade, it's like, cool, that's a very easy way for me to get my Buzzax mode going. Now, I get it. There is other players out there far better than me that can do perfect guards in their sleep. I'm old. I don't have those reflexes anymore. I can't do that. So for me, just to quickly and easily use the wound, pop a wound, boom, I'm in Buzzax mode. I can keep that going because then as soon as another wound pops up, keep popping them with the focus finisher, and it works for me. Okay, don't judge me.
I like the fact that I'm getting more and more accurate like a sniper with mine at the moment, because you're like, that's a good shot when I take one out when it's about to eat you.
Yeah, either it's about to eat me, it's about to fly off, or it's about to do something stupid, and be like, between the eyes.
Like, yeah, boy. Absolutely, I have a good time with that kind of stuff. So I like the wound system. I like the weapons. Yeah, the only thing that I think we've noticed is that we have. I say this in the nicest possible way. I've learned that you do things the hard way, Mister.
Yes.
I'm going to hunt 30 whopping fish.
Aficionado.
Yeah, so we both had the aficionado trophy because I'm like, fuck these.
Oh, did you get yours in the end?
I got mine. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was like, I'm going to get it because I may as well. I thought screw it the first time. So for those who are interested, there's a trophy where you catch 30 whoppers. You get a bronze trophy. It's not worth the bronze trophy. But
it is actually on PlayStation. It is the rarest trophy at the moment, though.
Yeah, it's 0.6 for me. I think had it. I took a screenshot and saved it in the server because I wanted to have proof of that. I haven't put it in an official channel, but I'll put it up.
Yeah, no. The thing is, obviously, a lot more people would have got it now, so it's not going to be a true telling. Like if I'm looking, but I'm sure it was like 0.4 or something when I got it on PlayStation. Yeah.
Someone it might still be quite low because no one likes fishing. But doing
it is still the rarest trophy, though.
Oh, nice.
And it is at 0.9 at the moment.
I think mine still has 0.0 for all trophies at the moment.
Oh, I'm on 0.1 for all trophies.
Yeah, so Blizzard's probably done a bit more.
Yeah, to be fair, though, all I've got left is one of the secret ones, which I'm not going to mention what it is. You're obviously aware of what it was we spoke about the other day. And then just the gold and silver crowns. Once I've done those, then that's it. I've platinumed it.
Yeah, see, for me is I've never platinumed a game, and I don't intend to start. But I like to collect them as time goes on. So by the end of the game's history or lifespan, I'll have done them all. I'm in no rush for that. But I did want to
Oh
get
yeah,
100. I did like to get the level 101, just because I thought, you know what, that's a piece of history. Let's have it,
1% club.
and then we've got it, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, no, it's it's. I mean, you can tell we've enjoyed it. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. It's difficult because you think there are a couple of
We
things.
could talk about this. No, that has spoilers. We could talk about that. No, that has spoilers. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it is really difficult at the moment.
but like I said, we are going to do one where we do like a spoiler review of it, but that'll probably be in a couple of weeks. Just
It's
to
not
give
really going to
people.
be a spoiler review. It's just going to be a deep dive into the game, but there will be spoilers because we wouldn't hold anything back. But again, like you said, in a couple of weeks, when more of the player base have actually sort of completed the low rank and the high rank stories, we could talk about a couple of bits that we noticed in high rank, closing up to near the end of the story, and
Well,
how things
someone's
sort of
going to
went
be a
on from there.
really once we finish this recording, I'm going to talk to you about the theory, and I'm like,
Mm.
if it's true, holy crap! I don't want to. I'm just going to not play the. I'm like, you go first. It's going to be the thing.
Oh, fun. Well, I'm melee, so I'm always in first.
Yes, you are. But yeah, no. The only thing I'd probably say is your expectations of the game. If you're thinking it's too easy, most people like again. I'm gonna get a lot of hate with these kind of comments. So speaking from experience of, so I've played. I once wanted to try Ultimate, um, which was the Wii U one. Then I played World, Iceborne, Rise, and Sunbreak. So though I've not played a lot of them, I've played the more recent-ish ones. You've played a lot of the Switch ones.
Hmm.
I will say that if people are finding it too easy, if you have played a Monster Hunter game in the past previously, you are going to have muscle memory. You're going to have experience of what to expect. I would say that this game is made to be as accessible as possible to fans old and new. So people who have never played a Monster Hunter game are going to probably find this an enjoyable experience. I always find that the event quests and the later content that people put in, that Capcom put in,
Is where
usually
the
are
difficulty rises. Like,
yeah,
for argument's sake, in Sunbreak, we had two Furious Rajangs in the arena. Now that was a bloody hard quest, but that was only that was an event quest, if I remember rightly.
yeah, and we were screaming like bitches the entire time.
Yep.
There's a video of that in the channel if you're curious. Yeah, so for those who are saying about difficulty spikes, or how it being too easy, yeah, the fact that we can kill monsters pretty quick is probably supporting the evidence, but at the same time, I would say we're also given a lot of like tools to do that with. So, and most people are going to abuse it anyway. I think World was super easy at most cases anyway, because the only time that we had issues, I think, with like certain monsters, which we'll explain in another video. But once we got
Yeah,
the hang of it, they became easy. So it's all about muscle memory and experience. So
and it's curious, obviously, you mentioned muscle memory as well, because, like, as you're aware, I played Charge Blade in Generations
yeah,
and Generations Ultimate. Now, I tried Charge Blade in World and
Rise.
Iceborne. I tried Charge Blade in Rise and Sunbreak. Could not get into it. Just there was something that just didn't feel right to it for me. So I haven't played Charge Blade properly in a fair few years, quite a few years now. However, the fact that it come back here, it's like it just feels right in this game for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know how the combo is different or anything, but it just feels right to me. But all the muscle memory is still there from when I used to play it. I mean, bearing in mind, yeah, on Generations on the 3DS, I did like 400 hours on Charge Blade alone. So I was used to it. But even though I haven't played it in a long time, Charge Blade and how it plays has all come back to me.
Yeah. I was predominantly dual blades in World in Heavy Bowgun toward the end, and then I moved on to light bowgun in Sunbreak and Rise, and I've just
Always liked the idea of heavy bowgun.
Heavy Bowgun. There was a gun in that there that looked like a proper high tech Gatling machine gun, and I was like, "Yep,
In Wilds or
in World." And I was
oh,
like,
in World.
I'm sold. I had like a big laser sight as well.
I think I know the one you're talking about actually as well. And it like the starting tree.
I think so. Yeah, it was amazing. And then I had a hard time with it. I will eventually maybe go back to the bowgun, but it was so hard to use and not get hit.
Mm.
Whereas with light bowgun, I have that nice kind of evasion setup where I can just dodge, shoot, run and shoot. So yeah, you lose a bit of damage, I think, but at the same token, this has been a nice kind of addition to what I'm used to. So I've got the link has been disbanded. That is fine.
That's my bad. That's because I need to remember then to touch the controller.
It is absolutely fine because at the same token, like we're going to be putting video clips in the back of this video probably. Yeah, so I will say that if you're having like concerns or issues with this or that, they're completely valid. I think you're entitled. Everyone's entitled to their opinions and their views, and we'll never see you wrong. But I will say, like, in terms of our views of it, it being too easy. The thing is, if you've played a Monster Hunter game, you're gonna find it easy because you've done it many, many times. Those are people
You
who,
understand that Monster Hunter is boss fight the game. Once you understand that and you get that down, and that is the mindset that you've got, you just get it. And it's
yeah,
like riding a bike; you can't forget
yeah. Like I remember the
unless you get hit on the head very hard.
Chatakabra is just basically a frog Azuros from Rise. As a perfect example of that, it charges, you dodge, you shoot, and then that's pretty much it. All of the monsters that we've fought is just a tutorial to teach you what the mechanics of the game. So
It literally is. Even sort of through to high rank, I still feel like it was kind of a bit of a tutorial on things.
yeah, the
But
game,
they took the training wheels off a little bit because obviously you had to hit hunter rank marks before you could progress. But that's the same in pretty much all Monster Hunters anyway.
yeah,
Um, Not really any spoilers with that, but it is a case of okay, cool. So here's what we're going to learn now. This is how we're going to explain it to you. This is how you're going to do it. Now, cool. Now apply what you've learned for the next 10 hunter ranks, and come back to me, and we'll discuss the next thing. It is just a glorified tutorial. The story.
yeah, pretty much. I would say that the next couple of contents we'll see how easy it is per se. But again, I would say it being too easy. The proviso is it's meant to be accessible as possible to new fans and old fans alike. And if you played the games and you were on master rank and you were doing crazy shit in that, yeah,
It's going to be a massive step down when you're starting a new game. Yeah, your gear is worse, but your skills are still what you were doing to deal with master rank monsters.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Other than that, I think I mean we could talk about that for hours, like how the Palicos feel in terms of how useful they are, to how they do the side quests, to like that
But
how the
again,
shop.
like you said, I think that's going to be more one for when we sort of take our deep dive into it and we sort of discuss everything.
Yeah, so what I think the next episode, what we're going to intend to do is we're going to probably do a 3 or 4 part deep dive into the game, I would say. So things that we've enjoyed, what we like. So for example, maybe the next episode will be about how we've liked the side quests and story. And then the next one will be like high rank and the lore, the ideas of like what's going to go from there. And then just go, let's see kind of go where it goes from there. We're
Mm.
going to be doing a little bit different content as well, video wise, because obviously Two Blokes Play, we hunt monsters and you see us fight X, Y, and Z. And though I enjoy doing those with highlights, um, if as a bit of a different take, we still will do the odd one of those, like for new monsters that are coming out. or challenge videos or like event quests. But I would say we're going to do more of a news kind of update. I would say, like you said. So if you like what we're doing, or if you think we should do something a bit different, or you like more of that particular type of content for Monster Hunter, please, please, please let us know below. We're not going to set any kind of
Not set anything in stone in relation to it. I think a lot of it was
or
with
how
just sort of
often.
trying, or with how often. I think, like I said, with the sort of news thing, it's going to be like, okay, this is here, these are the new event quests this week, this, that, and the other. Just like a few little bits, just sort of keep people going.
Yeah, I think or even little hints and tips. I think for those kind of videos, we'll do that. Obviously, we appreciate the people following us. I have coming up a lot of stuff that's probably going to prevent me from making as many videos as I would like in the next couple of months, especially in April and August, September. So in those scenarios, you might have to listen to Smythe's dulcet tones and his his views. But we are still making videos this year. It's just I have a lot of personal stuff to deal with this year. Nothing bad, just a lot of stuff that's going to make me busy. So please keep watching the channel. And obviously, as videos come out, let us know how you think about what we're doing. We really do enjoy what we're doing, and I'm hoping this year and next year we'll go from strength to strength like we have. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's a good one for episode 1 of this podcast. We've been going for oh Lord, how long have we been going for? I don't know. Jesus.
I think it was just about 30, 40 minutes. Not a bad time to call it a day.
Fantastic. Please like, comment, subscribe at the bottom. And if you want to see us do certain content with Monster Hunter Wilds or have any questions about Monster Hunter Wilds,
just leave us a comment. We'll be happy to sort of work together with it and sort of answer any questions as well.
Fantastic. Well, have a fantastic evening all. I say evening. It is currently 12:47. And peace out.
Bye bye.